All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do The Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing, Joe Bennett, Rui Jose Palmounts, issue number 4 from Marvel Comics. I'm doing issue 4 and not 1 till 3 because those are mostly singular stories, which is I'm fine with. But it's more like establishing that the Hulk is basically back from the dead because at the Civil War 2 series, Hawkeye killed Bruce Banner with a specially made arrow made by Bruce Banner to kill him because there was some kind of a vision that when Bruce Banner was transforming into the Hulk, there will be some kind of a, rampage, death toll, stuff like that. So Hawkeye sniped him. Bruce Banner was dead, is then later, believe, resurrected by two elders of the universe because of some kind of a game they played, and those guys were the Challenger and the Grandmaster, and from that point on, the Immortal Hulk was born, and here we are now, right? So we go into this, and because this was a series that I wanted to read for a very long time, I read a couple of issues. I think it's pretty good, and so for now, I'm totally on board with that, and I'm going to explain you why it's good. First of all, I'm going to show you, the art. If you're not familiar with the art, this is Joe Bennett. Well, let me spare you the details, but Joe Bennett was banned from Marvel because cancel culture, and he's now doing work for Eric July from the Rippaverse, indie creator. Made a lot of money. The Rippaverse, I believe the book that Joe Bennett did, Alpha Core, was $1 million it raised, I guess. It was a lot of money, by the way. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, just please leave a comment below. Anyway, so this is Walter Langkowski. He's the Sasquatch. He made contact with this reporter that's looking for Bruce Banner, and he was Bruce Banner's college mate, right? Or his roommate. So he tells about the reporter what went back there. And this also reminds me that Bruce Banner was more and more like the brains. Well, he has a football scholarship, and he was also an athlete, just like the Beast, Hank McCoy, who was also an athlete. I believe he did rugby, again, correct me, of American football, one of those two. And before he became the Beast, or also during the Beast before he got hairy in his human form. Also, Bruce Banner here has also some anger issues, and he's falling out here on Walter because he has some discussions about gamma theory, basically saying that he's way smarter than him because he's a jock, right? But, Walter is a laid-back guy, right? He says, oh, you went off like that? A lot, says the reporter. Well, once or twice, a few times. But look, his mother was dead. His dad was in an institution. He was holding a lot in. Anyway, also talking about purple pants, right? Because he thinks that's going to be a style in a couple of years. Sounds a little bit manic. He had his ups and downs, but he did get me seeing gamma radiation in a whole new way. I was a dabbler, obviously. Football was my career. Science was just a hobby that made me seem interesting. But then, well, the Bruce transformed into, the Hulk during that bomb that went off, So what... he decided to get serious. Long story short, I quit football and made my mission to duplicate what happened to Bruce. And at the cost of my fortune, with the funding of encouragement from Department H, the Canadian Superhero Monitoring Agency, we went ahead and we did it. And then he became the Sasquatch, right? He looks a little bit scary here. So Walter explains one of the reasons why he did it, right? I was a jock, remember? I worked out. I was twice as strong as Bruce easily. So he was thinking when my Hulk could counter his, create a deterrent for Canada, for the world, and my personality would remain in control. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a pretty laid-back guy, just like I said a moment ago. Not so prone to anger. Well, it's not entirely true, right? So what's the catch, right? Okay, so they went testing to the Arctic Circle. Was no one else around to get hurt. But then, that is the storyline of this book, by the way, The Green Door, because it seems because of the controlled gamma bombardment, a door opened between this world and a darker one, a world of beasts and demons, because the walls of reality are thin there, and one of them got into me. Tanarak, one of the old beasts of the north. You were possessed? How long ago was this? A long time. Tanarak's dead. I'm in control of the Sasquatch now. Really? Right. So she says, glad to hear it, because one monster is enough, and the art looks really, really good. All hand-drawn, of course. No, yeah, let's not go into the Photoshop BS. Anyway, but it looks great, right? I love Joe Bennett's art, really. Although I must say, his faces are sometimes look a little bit wonky, if I can give some kind of a criticism. Sometimes they have long foreheads and particular way of how the eyes are being drawn. It takes me a little bit out of that, but at some point, this version of Hulk is more like a horror comic, so I get that. But there was some instances that I think, okay, this face doesn't look really, really good. Also, a lot of squared face jaws, not really feminine. I'm not sure how all the women looks in this comics, but we're gonna see. Anyway, so she says, hey, we should look for a bar. A little early, isn't it? We're not drinking, we're going for information. Like Banner does. He did in Colorado and again in South Dakota. It's how he finds out about things. Things he can smash. All right, so they're going to this bar, right? It's a burger bar. And these guys having an argument, right? And the argument's getting out of control. Somehow. So Walter comes in and he says, hey, why don't you tell Uncle Walt what's got you so riled up on such a nice day, huh? Ask him. He knows all about it. All about what? Come on, tell me. What are you two even fighting over? Where all this anger coming from? Well, all right. I love this. The color palette goes from red, it looks cool, and he says, oh my God, I didn't mean to. You killed him. We gotta go, man. And he's still alive. Call an ambulance. Well, he doesn't look alive. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure how Walter's powers work. I believe is it similar from the Hulk? Can he just I mean, I know he can transform in an instant, with a snap of his fingers, like willing it, but he doesn't have the whole anger thing like Bruce does, right? Because if Bruce is getting angry, he transforms, or excited or scared, he probably mostly anger, transform into the Hulk. Right, so it's more like emotional based of the heart rate, something like that. But yeah, I'm not sure how this works, by the way. Anyway, but I'm coming back to that a little bit later. So he goes to the hospital, and again, it looks great. It looks kinetic here, looks cool. I like the colors, right? So this woman says, yeah, he's a superhero, Sasquatch from Alpha Flight, right? Oh, I know him, big orange fella. Yeah, big and orange, pretty much all the time. But not then. He gets cut open. He doesn't change. Why would he? Why would he want to? So the doctors are operating on him, right? And then so this cop comes, this detective, I guess. He says, yeah, it was all out of nowhere. I don't think they even knew why they did it. So he goes away and said, hey, if you see Banner, just let him know that we want to talk to him. Yeah, me too. Good timing then. It's Bruce. So what happened to Langkowski? She's all doesn't look him in the eye, right? Because I believe that's what they're trying to say here, right? Don't look him in the eye, right? So and maybe she's just scared that she just maybe wants to accidentally trigger his Hulk persona. He said, "What are you doing here?" Now, following a hunch, all humans emit radiation, simple biophotons mostly, barely measurable. But gamma affected, we have a very unique signatures. And Walter is just like mine. You can sense that? Not me. He can. So there's a flat line now. He just crack his chest. He's not responding. Don't die, don't die. What was Walter's prognosis when they brought him in? I don't know, not good. The paramedics said he could lose him. Potentially more than him. Walter, he wants to turn himself into a second Hulk, you see. This gamma singer is just like mine. Exactly like mine. Right? So they think he's dead. But then he's transforming. Ads. I mean, I like this transforming. It looks like a werewolf transformation. So he is just like me. And now the sun has gone down. It's night, and nighttime, and night is his time. We need to evacuate the hospital now. Oh my God, God above. God above. Quite the reverse. And that leads us to the next issue. Wow, this is great. So again, this Immortal Hulk thing, I'm having questions, right? Maybe you can answer me in the comments below. Since the resurrection, Hulk comes at nighttime. There was also a thing with Mr. Fix-It, right? Because when he was in Las Vegas, when nighttime comes, Mr. Fix-It comes out, right? So I get that they are doing this again with the Hulk, but I don't know how it works with Sasquatch, because he never needed to go, full Sasquatch mode in nighttime or when the sun is going down. He can do it whenever he wants. So maybe there's something here that we don't know. Anyway, it looks great. I'm on board with this, and we see Sasquatch versus the Hulk in the next issue. So guys, let me know in the comments below. Alex was cover, by the way. In the comments below what you think about this, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.